Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and nostalgic 90s nerds to my channel, Slime and Slashers, where we talk about everything from slime to slashers and all the things in between, from 90s to horror and beyond. I'm so excited. I really love this new idea I'm having for my channel topics. I like it a lot. So if you like any of that spooky good stuff or nostalgic 90s stuff, please think about subscribing. It would mean so much to me. And leave a like and comment below. That also helps with, YouTube's algorithms and analytics and stuff. It's all very weird. But I would so appreciate it. And thanks so much for taking the time to watch me right now. Today's video, I'm super excited about it. I'm actually going to give you guys a tour of my display room back at my parents' house. By the way, just a little apology. There's tons of dust in the video, and it is gross, but the reason is because I don't live there, and so the room never gets dusted. I mean, it hasn't been dusted probably in like a year. I know that's gross. I just have not thought about it. I mean, I haven't been over there for a very, very long time, for like an extended time. I've been over there for a couple of hours at a time, and I usually don't dust. I usually hang out with my parents. So sorry about the dust, but if you guys love 90s toys, like vintage 90s toys, you'll find something you like in that video. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Pee-wee Herman's Playhouse, all kinds of stuff. Also, if you like sci-fi type of things, Star Trek The Next Generation, I have tons of Star Trek collectibles and memorabilia in my old room. I've got Funko Pops, which I really am proud of my little collection over there. It's not massive, but it's a decent amount of Pops. Also, I have plenty of horror artwork and horror, like, bedspread. I've got a whole bunch of horror stuff. Some stuff I collected offline, some stuff I've collected from a horror movie convention I went to a couple of years ago called Spooky Empire, so please check it out. I think whether you like 90s horror or just vintage cool stuff, I think you will find something you like in this video in terms of cool merch and memorabilia that I own. And one day, I'm going to give you a little tour of my parents' house in general, because the house is really cool. We have a big Halloween party most years. We haven't had it for a few years, but if we have it again, I'm going to give you lots of behind-the-scenes tours, and I'm going to give you like a tour of the finished, completed, decorated house, because basically at my mom and dad's house, it's almost Halloween over there 24/7. It's kind of got some Halloween stuff up right now even, and we're in the month of April, which is crazy. So see you right back here for the tour after my intro. Thanks, guys! It's about to start, Gut Buckets, so hold on to your butts. May the force be with you. I'll be back, and get ready to engage. Alright guys, I'm going to give you a tour of my display room, and this is not the room I currently stay in, because it's not the house I currently live in. It's my parents' house, so my old room. I essentially have kept everything the way it is, because it's my pride and joy, and although I have taken some things, I really like it the way it is, so I haven't really moved everything. So we'll just go through this little by little, if you guys want to see it. What this room is filled with is a lot of Pops, as you can see, but also old school 90s stuff, and a lot of horror artwork. And the bed is probably my favorite part. I got this bedspread a couple of years ago for Christmas. It has all kinds of cool horror stuff on it. Let's take a look at this. Alright, as you can see, stuff from They Live, Hellraiser, Poltergeist, Silence of the Lambs. We've got Pennywise from It, Children of the Corn. So many things. You could see Jason up there. You even got Saw stuff up there. We even have Phantasm right here. Critters, Bride of Frankenstein, tons of stuff. There's Damien, I believe, from The Omen. There's more than just a little pillow. It's a whole bed set. Look at that. Look at that. Even this. Donald Sutherland. Mars Attacks down there. All kinds of good stuff. Predator. Hey, look. Even Ghostbusters. I didn't even realize that was on there, honestly, because I never really look this low. It's a shame that's so far down, but... And then, of course, we've got, like, a higher-up part, but... there's other things on top of it. Alright. And on my bed, So not only is horror represented, but we got like some 90s stuff, some Nickelodeon stuff. We got SpongeBob and Squidward, some pillow pets, you know, a seal. Oh yes, this guy named Boulder, because he's round like a boulder. Oh, isn't he cute? This is one of my favorite things. It's like the Snuggle Bear from the commercials. You could see here, official Snuggle. I love that. I have two Snuggle things. The other one's smaller, and I can't remember if it's here. Here's my favorite stuffed animal ever, named Toby, after the Great Mouse Detective dog. It's a Disney movie. Here's Patrick to go with SpongeBob and Squidward on the other side. And of course, now we're getting into some Nightmare Before Christmas. We got Oogie Boogie. We've got a 90s Ariel Little Mermaid pillow. And we've got Winnie the Pooh. So here comes some Disney stuff over here. Goofy. Donald. A big Mickey. Oh, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. And little Mickey. Alright, now comes to my favorite thing in the entire room. This piece of art, which is like a spoof on those dogs playing poker. But it's horror movie characters playing flippin' poker. And yes, we could see on the art on the walls, we got Pinhead, we've got Killer Clowns from Outer Space, we've got the Scream Mask, we've got flippin' Jack Nicholson's character in the Cuckoo Clock. Here's Johnny. And then we've got Pennywise from It. That's the Tim Curry version. We've got all these creatures down below, including Cujo. Got a gremlin down there. Then we've got all kinds of stuff. Leatherface, we've got Leprechaun, we got Chucky, we have got Jason, we've got Freddy, we've got Michael Myers. So much good stuff. I freaking love this print. I have always loved it and will always love it. My second favorite print in the room, sorry there's glare, my Tim Curry piece of art, where it's all kinds of different Tim Curry roles. It's a really well done work of art. Of course, it's just a print, but I still love it. Here's a great Candyman piece of art. The Thing movie poster. And I love my little bats on the wall. I love these freaking bats. Look at the bats. I even got bat curtains. I love the bats. There's my Beatles poster. I've had that since I was like 7 years old. Up here we've got an awesome Pinhead Hellraiser. When the light is actually working, which it is not right now, I usually have it facing up so it looks like he's lit from beneath, and it looks really cool usually. Then we've got a Nightmare on Elm Street poster. I love this poster. Very blue, lots of blues. Very different. Then we've got a Pet Sematary poster because I love that movie. We'll come back over to this side, but I want to finish showing you this side at the top. I love this. Of course, the sides of the poster fell off because it's one of those cheap poster frames. But the poster itself is amazing. It's Pet Sematary, and it's a piece of art I got from Spooky Empire, which is a horror movie convention, and it's amazing. More pieces of art that directly came from Spooky Empire. Again, pay no attention to the frames. They're falling apart. I have to fix that. I'm going to actually get up higher for you guys to see this a little bit. Alright, let's get higher. Alright, I'm so sorry for all the glare and weird lighting, but this is the best I could do because all the lights in here are like broken. Alright, so here we have an awesome Hellraiser art print and an awesome Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street art print. You can see over there we've got Ghostbusters and a Ghostbusters certificate. We'll take a closer look at that later. Look at that, really cool. The famous words, all work and no play, makes Jack a dull boy. And you could see it's actually, the words make up Danny, his outline. Pretty cool. And we've got lots of patterns here. We got the room number. I love that piece of art. I think that one was either from Spooky Empire or Etsy. I don't know. And here is an underrated film that no one ever talks about. Clive Barker's Nightbreed. I love this poster, very colorful. I will say the paper is very thin, if I remember correctly, on this poster. And there's a piece of art I made, wrestling related. We don't need to look at that. Alright, here is like a Batman Halloween mashup. You can't really see it, my lamp's in the way. But pretty cool, huh? You see that? The Riddler's like a werewolf. Joker's like a vampire. Pretty darn cool. Penguin's like got a pumpkin body. I don't know. I love that. And finally, on this wall, Tales from the Crypt. I love this poster. Another satisfied customer. Okay. And now let's take a look at my lamps, because these are like, this whole room's my pride and joy. What am I talking about? I was gonna say these lamps are my pride and joy. This whole freaking room's my pride and joy. So my mom and I kind of crafted these years ago for our Halloween party, and I wanted them in my room. Put eyeballs, some orange fuzz, fake body parts, fake bugs, and then we've also got some Batman little rubber ducks. See the penguin? But it's a duck. Duck Riddler! Cute little bat duck or Batman or whatever. So here's my curtains again from a different angle. And there's the Beatles. I love this poster. I've had it for so long. Alright, and you might be asking, why the hell do you have a Christmas tree in your room? Guys, it isn't a Christmas tree, it's a cartoon tree. Just so you know. There's Jack Skellington at the top. He gets the top spot on the tree. A lot of these were not meant to be ornaments. My dad made them into ornaments. Like, let's take a look here at the Animaniacs. These are vinyl figures. Well, these actually were ornaments, it looks like, and there's a Pinky in the Brain, too. So these are kind of Christmassy. So we do have some Christmas stuff on here, which I'm supposed to really take off, but some of the stuff like this is an actual 90s toy. The Good Feathers. So that came in some kind of Happy Meal. And here's one that my dad made. So if you guys remember Lamb Chop, this was not meant to be an ornament. It was like a vinyl figure. Now everything's fallen. My dad basically heated up a screwdriver and poked a hole in the top and put a little screw so we could hang them. Pretty cool. There's all kinds of stuff on here. We've got Beauty and the Beast, again, not meant to be ornaments. These are mostly just cartoons, again, not really Christmas related per se. That's why I justify keeping it up all year round. These specifically I know are McDonald's toys, these Batman. Like, literally, this is like a little car you would get, and it's from the 90s, from my childhood. Here's some more great ones. This one's awesome, the Two-Face one. Here's a Robin on a little motorcycle. I had all kinds of those. Oh, this one's great, too. The head pops in and out if you press the back of the chair. Let me just show you again. Pretty darn cool, okay? Pretty freaking awesome. So we got some Toy Story stuff, too. We've got Looney Tunes. Lots of good stuff. I mean, this whole thing will be my tree if I stay too long on this. Randomly, we've got Jingle all the way down here. So there are some Christmas stuff left. I'm so sorry. But really, it's meant to be kept up because I love cartoons. Sometimes for Halloween, I'll change all this to pumpkins. And so I'll take all of it down for Halloween if we have a party. 101 Dalmatians, Gumby, all kinds of stuff. Smurfs. And Powerpuff Girls, Jetsons, Aladdin. Got Peter Pan. Like, this is a toy. The one in the boat, that's definitely a toy, I remember. Got Hunchback back here. Hunchback of Notre Dame. I know we've got Pocahontas back here. Then we've got some fairy tale stuff. All kinds of things. And quickly, this is my little spinning thing. We can see we've got a Billy mask, not from the 90s. Then we've got some stuff representing Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Frickin' Meatwad is spinned around. Someone made these for me. I have a Frylock somewhere. I don't know where he is. Alright. I'm running and bumping into all kinds of stuff. So this used to have my Goosebumps collection. I have taken it down because I'm moving the file cabinet and the Goosebumps collection to the room I actually work in, my office room at my actual house I live in. So I'll be moving that. Alright, let's take a look here, and here we go. Engage! We've got my Star Trek TNG collection. I love Star Trek a lot. I specifically really love Star Trek TNG. So you can see I've got all my pops up here. I've got some old, authentic 90s figures. We got Worf as a sheriff. We've got Dixon. It's Picard. We've got a little, we could see over here, a Picard little painting. There's Locutus. And we've got some awesome Pez. Star Trek Pez. I got this from eBay. It glows, and if you turn it on, gotta make sure there's no batteries in it. Phaser. And this case actually opens up, and there's Star Trek figures inside, but I'm not gonna open it up right now. And up there is a micro machine that is Star Trek related. And of course, I also showed you the plaque that's up there. And this is the original series mug. A friend gave me that. Although I prefer TNG, that's fine. Alright, some more Halloweenish stuff and horror stuff. We've got the poster for the movie Halloween, The Night He Came Home. Then I love this. It is a cuckoo clock representing the Nightmare Before Christmas. And the reason it's here is because this is kind of like a Nightmare Before Christmas corner. Two posters up top there. And my big figures that hang on my closet of Jack and Sally. And then some random Mardi Gras beads. Not beer. I've got beer on the brain, I guess. I'm supposed to have some tonight. I'll tell you what that box is in a second. But let's take a look at those posters. I love that one, black and white. It's a piece of art, but it's a print. And then this one for when it came out in the theater as 3D. Okay, and keeping with the bat theme, by the way, you see my bat garland, and you can see my little creepy bat artwork that I got from Etsy. And a Ferris Bueller print. Actually, it was a t-shirt, I believe. My dad helped me cut it and put it into a frame. So this is actually a cloth. It's not a poster print. Then we've got something legit from the 90s. It's Jason. My favorite Power Ranger. The original leader of the Power Rangers. And it actually still lights up. I just don't have it plugged in right now. And to go with the light, we've got Jason the Mask down here. And some horror movie DVDs. The thing that sucks is my DVD collection split up between two houses. I have a whole bunch here, but I also have a whole bunch over at my actual house. Here is The Exorcist. I love this movie poster. I love how black and white it is. I love how eerie it is. I love that iconic image of the priest arriving. It's just classic. So sorry for all the glare and reflections. And quickly before we move on to other stuff, we've got my little Ghostbusters area. It's actually not a whole area. It's just my Lego piece. Yes, I used to really love wrestling, so I've got little wrestling figures here, including stick-on Kevin Owens tattoos. Here's another Nightmare Before Christmas piece. Zero, who I think is the cutest. It's stuck. Everything gets stuck on this. We painted this, so it's kind of sticky sometimes. So hopefully the paint didn't. But anyway, this you can wind up, and you could also shake it, and glitter comes out. And here, one of my favorite things in the entire flippin' world. These are from the 90s. It is my little toy Power Ranger collection. As you can see in the very front, we've got Bulk and Skull. Let me try to... They're a little dusty, but... There's Bulk, of course. Skull's the skinny one. And quickly, I took away some of my Harry Potter books because I'm rereading some of them. So some of them aren't here because they're at the other house, and I'm reading them. Here's a cute little Jack Skellington piece of art. A cheap Halloween-themed ring. Not Halloween the movie, like the holiday. Some horror-themed ducks. We've got Dead Duck, we've got, which is a vampire-looking thing. We've got a Skelly Duck, and these glow in the dark. I think we've got two zombie ducks here. Right there. And like an autopsy duck. Ridiculous. Autopsy duck. Alright, we've got a Jack Skellington Nightlight. Justice League comic book, Martian Manhunter comic book, because I really like Martian Manhunter. But specifically, though, I really like it from the Justice League animated show. Here we have a Power Ranger comic book, King Dedede. amiibo, which I kept in the box. I got this from a yard sale. It's Lord of the Rings. It's a cool Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring glass, like a goblet. Oh, geez and Pete's. Like a goblet. I thought that was pretty cool. An old bookmark, which is New Orleans themed. That's why Mr. Bingle's on it. If you guys don't know who Mr. Bingle is, I'll have to explain it another time. This is my old cell phone, and it's in a Batman case. It's all greasy looking. Anyway, I just use it for decoration, not to actually use it. And finally, on this bookshelf here is my Disney shelf. I've got some Disney ears that my mom wore when she was playing a Mouseketeer. Not a musketeer. A Mouseketeer. My dad was a musketeer that year. My mom was a Mouseketeer. So that's her hat from that costume. We've got Frank and Ollie, which are two of the original 9 animators. Their book, The Illusion of Life, about animation. And how to really bring life to animation and make it look like they're feeling things. Here is, I was in a pre-K class that was a Mickey Mouse Disney themed class. And I have like the name sticker from when I was in preschool. These are also from the 90s. Pongo and Perdita from 101 Dalmatians. Picture frame I got when I visited Disney for the first time. I had a Little Mermaid birthday party when I turned 21, a long time ago. So the ring and the little banner that says Fantastic are from that. This is from my childhood. They're a little sticky because they were in the attic and shouldn't have been. The Rescuers. Bernard and Bianca, I believe. But yeah, they're soft and movable. I really like these. These are so cool. Got this off of Etsy a long time ago. So cute. A little Mickey cupcake and a mini Mickey. I love this. So cute. It is a Tsum Tsum, I think they're called. That's what the tag says. Here is Sebastian. He just came off of something, so I put him there. And my Disney scrapbook. Again, more garland. This one's just cool and colorful. And I wanted to show you, so I actually have my Peewee boxes, which we'll go through another day. But this is from the attic. I have the dolls still, too. There's one doll here, and there's one doll at my house, because I have 2 Peewee dolls. Look how freaking cool that is. I still have the box. Yeah, it's freaking cool. I know. And here is my playset, my Peewee's playset box. And I do still have the playset, and we are about to get to it. Random stuff behind it, like a camera. And I like mice, because I used to own pet mice, so it's like a mouse nutcracker. Then there's an old Breaking Bad calendar. I don't know. Whatever. Don't ask me why. Oh, before we go, a little Beetle tin, because I love the Beatles. Someone gave me that, my old boss, Miss Peggy. And a Lord of the Rings, because I used to love Lord of the Rings, the movies. Oh my god, I was obsessed with them. It is just a Lord of the Rings Pez dispensers. Just like I have the Star Trek TNG, I also have Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter wrestling Pez, so that's what that is. And behind it, these are all my old Nick boxes. I've got more at my other house, but I think they look cool behind it. It's like not, it's supposed to be like decorative, even though it's behind stuff. Here's a sumo, because I used to be obsessed with sumos. I used to think they were fun. All kinds of wrestling stuff that I don't really like wrestling anymore. Let's take a quick look at my Pops. We have, of course, Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder. We've got Buffy. I love this one. So Buffy and Spike. That's 2 of my favorites here. I love Spike. We've got E.T. and Elliot. We've got Alfred Hitchcock. Of course, we've got a 90s Nickelodeon Norbert from Angry Beavers. Those are my favorite sci-fi type of movies. We've got Fifth Element. Corbin Dallas. Ruby Rod. I like to keep them in the box. Back to Nickelodeon up here. We've got Spunky and Rocco. I love this one. And, of course, right next to him, we've got Heifer. I wish I had, I guess they didn't release him in this one. And we've got some empty ones back there, but shh, no one needs to know. No one needs to know those empty ones are back there. Here's some more Power Ranger stuff. Lord Zed, Green Ranger, not my favorite. I did not like when Tommy took over. Oh gosh, this is gonna topple. I just want you guys to see what's on this side. We've got Sadness from Inside Out. I love that movie. I think it's so cute. And of course, we've got some Star Wars, but before we get there, there's, you could see Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. Here's Star Wars. We've got Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, And Wicket. I love the little Ewoks. So cute. And Flounder. And Flounder's over here because I just moved it to show you guys the other stuff, but I've got all my little mermaid Ariel ones. So we've got Ariel as a mermaid. We've got her in her blue dress, and her in her little ball gown, pink gown. It's not really a ball gown. She like eats in that. I don't know. And then right next to it, because it's by all my Disney stuff, so it makes sense. And I've got more Disney here. We've got Belle in her outfit for getting the books and walking around. And then Belle when she dances in her yellow dress with the Beast. So, and right next to that, we've got Gaston, and he looks so smug and like mad here. And then we've got Mrs. Potts and Chip. And we've got a mouse again because I love mice, and a little sumo duck because I like sumos, or at least used to. And here we go. Here is my old VHS collection, originally from the 90s. You could see all the classic Disney. Here's some more Disney, and then also non-animated Disney. Like, for instance, Pebble and the Penguin. You see. Here is Don Bluth. We got Page Master, not Disney. Cats Don't Dance, not Disney. Although things like randomly are mixed in, like A Bug's Life and James and the Giant Peach, which is Disney. So, whatever. Go figure. I don't know the reasoning behind the way this is. Alright, and again, I'm sorry for everything being so dusty. These are some sing-along tapes that I got from other people, but these are my old tapes that I actually got myself. In fact, this orange VHS, that's from the 90s, from my childhood. I watched it a lot. See more Rugrats stuff, Ren and Stimpy, Rocco, Disney sing-alongs, and randomly, my only DVD on the whole flippin' shelf is, even though I've got the whole collection, we've got Buffy here. That's ridiculous. Alright, some more random movies. I took some out to take with me to bring to my other house, so that's why there's a missing spot there, but let's just look at the whole thing real quick. Yeah, look at those beautiful VHSs. Then we've got another thing representing Aqua Teen Hunger Force, The Moon Rules, #1. And, you know, Carl's really mad that they write that on his car. Who wrote the moon rules, #1 on my car with a key? Anyway, this is kind of like my shark section because I love sharks and I love the movie Jaws. So I'm a terror till I get my coffee and it's a shark. That came from Panama City Beach, it looks like. We got stuffed animal sharks, a skeleton holding a shark. We've got a little Abbey Road keychain from London, and more Jaws stuff. A pair of Jaws beads and a Jaws patch. That's right on the wall. More colorful garland. And by the way, speaking of sharks, my friend made me this. It's K, it's a pogo stick, a film reel, and it's a shark. That's because I freaking love sharks. So that is why this looks the way it does. And that's on my door to my room. Above the door is what I told you. It's hard to show you because I can't get that high. It's my Children of the Corn from Spooky Empire. And there's a Spooky Empire logo at the top. Both of those actors talked at Spooky Empire, and it was a lot of fun. Here's my other favorite thing I own. It is a piece of art called Stab, the Friday 13th Evening Stab. And it's like a spoof of a magazine cover. It says Michael Myers, The Private Life of a Boogeyman by Laurie Strode. There's all kinds of little tidbits and like hidden things in this piece of art. Like you can see, looks like the artist was Dave, B-E-R-N-S, Burns, Dave Burns, in the style of Norman Rockwell. The store is Hot Damn Arts, and it's 38 out of 60, it looks like. Again, I love this. There's the Good Guys box that Chucky comes out of. We got Chucky sitting at the counter with Leatherface. We got Freddy Krueger behind it. We've got all kinds of cool little things. Heads over here. There's some specials that it says Crystal Lake Chill, Texas Chainsaw Barbecue, and there's a little red rum over here, it says on the counter, and a butcher knife. Pretty cool. Alright, let me just back up and show you the whole thing. And above it, again, is my Suspiria. I love this. My Suspiria poster and a Demons poster, both from Etsy. And I'm gonna have to get on a chair. We'll get to Peewee in a second. Here I've got a Slimer hanging on a string next to the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, the Elite, the original version of the Elite. When they dressed up as Ghostbusters, I watched it live on Halloween, late at night, like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., I can't remember. Here's a Beatles plate. It's pretty cool. It's on a plate hanger. Before we go to the Peewee above, this is the same bookshelf type of thing that the Peewee thing sits on top of, but let's look at the shelves before we get there. This is just something I made when I had like a NSYNC day, so it's Justin Timberlake. On a cup, I pasted him on a cup. It says American Heroes. Here's a cool little turtle guy from a shot glass that I took off. A Celebration Station token. Got this from a antique store. It's E.T. It's E.T. glass. This says Be Good. Inside of it's one of my childhood toys. It says Kelsey. And it's like me on a rocking horse, so it's all falling apart. And then also randomly a pumpkin light in the bottom of this E.T. glass. My Seinfeld DVDs, some are missing. I have them, all of them, but yes, I like Dawson's Creek. It's one of my guilty pleasures. And we've got a Meatwad wristband that I put on top of a shot glass so it could, like, be displayed. There's me and my mom. There's an old K&B. It's a store that doesn't exist in New Orleans anymore, but it's an old set of matches because I love collecting K&B stuff. Here is my old class, high school name tag. Whatever, I keep everything, obviously. A bat thing that fell off of something else. Pusheen! Of course, these are Christmas ones. I should put them away. This is a beer that is an old school beer from New Orleans. It's called Jack's. So I think it's kind of cool to have a glass that says Jack's. Got some random stuff in there, doesn't matter. These cool dinosaurs that are made out of seashells, but they're falling apart. This one only has one eye. But I've got some other ones that are in better shape somewhere. They're up here. I used to really love dinosaurs, so he's got one eye too. Here's my wand that I have for Harry Potter, and here is my Harry Potter Pez. So, woo, Harry Potter Pez. I love them. Then we've got a drawing I made of my uncle as Weird Al. We don't need to talk about it or explain it. Here's some books. We've got a Groucho Marx book, and we've got some Stephen King back there. I don't know if you can see it too well. We've got more Nightmare Before Christmas with Zero and Jack as Santa. And then we've got, my cousin made me that. It has like all my old wristbands from when I used to go to local concerts inside. So now let's get up and see Peewee. I love this. It's from Etsy. You can see Cherry hanging there. It's displayed like on a book stand. Got more garland. Here's some DVDs and a VHS, my original Pee-wee's Big Adventure VHS. We have got my Terry doll. He used to hang off of my ceiling. And also, we've got some vintage breakfast trays, and these are from my childhood. We've got Ren and Stimpy. It's one of my most prized possessions. I love that Ren and Stimpy tray. And then we've got a real Ghostbusters tray, another favorite thing I own. Here is my replica. It used to look a lot more like his helmet. As you could see, I'm about to show you. Little Peewee has this helmet with the eyeball. That's what this is. So here is my Pee-wee's Playhouse right here. The door sticker needs to be glued back on. Obviously, it's supposed to be red. Here's Peewee on his scooter, because although Pee-wee's Big Adventure is great and everyone loves it, I'm a big fan more of Pee-wee's Playhouse. And yes, all of my original like toys are in there. It opens up once you take it down. Here I've got Jambi, and the door is closed. This one, I have another replacement one. This one broke. So my dad bought me a replacement one, but then we've got some Pops. We've got Miss Yvonne, Cherry and Terry. So Peewee here is holding up the secret word of the day. Fun. Then we've got my complete series on Blu-ray, and behind it is some actual VHSs and it's vintage. These are from my childhood. I love these. I love these because of the colors. I love these so much. Restaurant was one of my favorites. Phil Hartman is Captain Carl, and he's prominent in Restaurant. So then you could see behind it is Pajama Party. That one's okay. Not as good as Restaurant. Alright, and of course, the creme de la creme of the Peewee shelf really is my Peewee Doll, and he's got one a cherry, and they're both very soft, like stuffed animals. And let me reposition, and I will show you him and Cherry. Alright, we're over here now. You can see Peewee, and he has a drawstring, so let's see. Oh my god, it's so squeaky now. He just said, I love you! But it was like really squeaky. So, Peewee doesn't work so good anymore. Whatever. It's alright, Peewee. There's my other zombie. I gotta fix these zombies. Alright, here's a Peewee bobblehead. And more Peewee DVDs. I like Peewee's Playhouse a lot, okay? And other different Peewee iterations, like Peewee's Big Adventure on DVD. The HBO Pee-wee Herman show. Well, actually, it's the Broadway show based on the original HBO show. And again, here is a Miss Yvonne character that would go with the Playhouse, but I never took her out of the package. Also, we've got a Cowboy Curtis over here who's still also in the package. So I really love my Peewee shelf. I will never disturb it. Although I sure would like to be able to look at it every day. And I can't as of now. Since we're up here, let's look at Suspiria a little closer. This amazing piece of art from Etsy. The colors, just freaking amazing. And as you can see, demons as well. Also, amazing colors, same artist. And since we're up here, Children of the Corn. And as you can see, there's Spooky Empire in the corner. And again, I kind of showed you a little bit of this, but there's a better look. Who are you gonna call? It's from Etsy. And my Ghostbusters. Basically, it says, let it be known to all in New York City and around the world that Kelsey has hereby completed the training and is now recognized as an official member of the Ghostbusters. Here's my little new Furby that's basically like a Chewbacca Furby. He's annoying, by the way. In case you're wondering, yeah, that Chewbacca Furby's annoying. We got Belle as my light cover. Lots of 90s stuff. We've got little miniature pops, horror themed, Freddy Krueger and Chucky. I love Willy Wonka, so here's a good golden ticket tin. Here's some things from the 90s. Holographic Billy watch. You could see Billy, and then he's in a different pose, like kicking. Oh wait, and there's Zordon. If you hold it a certain way. And same thing, this came from McDonald's, and it is mine from the 90s. It's upside down, so let me turn it around. You could see the lightning bolt. You can see... I thought you could see Zordon in this. Oh, there he is. You have to go all the way down to see Zordon. Alpha. Here. Zordon. Alright, so again, I have to hang this up upside down because the holes, the way they're situated. But this one can be right side up. That's just a K for my name with a whole bunch of stickers that a friend made me. And here we have more Ghostbusters stuff. Peter Venkman's my favorite, of course. Bill Murray, Slimer. Then we've got more Willy Wonka to go with the Willy Wonka sign. We got Charlie and Grandpa Joe. But below that, we've got my Bob Ross stuff. So we've got, I love Bob Ross. He's so calm and soothing. So we've got a Bob Ross pop, a box from a Bob Ross mug I bought, but the mug's at the other house, but I kept the box. And this is from the 90s, a frickin' Jabba the Hutt. He's like all falling apart. It's gross, actually. He is falling apart. And a huge marshmallow puff pop. And then we've got an Ewok, and I got this for Christmas. We've got Star Wars DVDs. I've got them on Blu-ray now, of course. Here's an old T-Rex dinosaur from the 90s. This is actual toy from my childhood. And we've got slippers, Darth Vader slippers, that go with all the Star Wars stuff. So lots of stuff, but there is like groupings of things, even though it seems random. Alright, so We didn't get to these shelves. This used to have all my Nick stuff, but my Nick stuff got so massive, the collection, that I actually brought it to my other house and put it into my office / display room. So now we just have one childhood dinosaur toy up there. But I've got to redo that shelf. I love ER. I've got all my ER DVDs from FYE. Here's a cool bat and spider where I dressed up as, in the picture frame is where I dressed up as Jason. My friend was Zach, and we had a good time. So here's some Batman stuff. Since there's bats in the frame, here's a little Batman. We've got a Yoda holographic. We've got Bane. Here are some really cool figures. We've got Willy Wonka. We've got Pedro and Napoleon from Napoleon Dynamite. We've got Frank Costanza, Kramer, Newman, and Peterman. We've got a pink Yoshi. I've got other colors. Halloween straws. And an old school dino cup. And we've got a Reptar and Ice cup too. Still in the little box. I took a lot of film classes in college, so here's some of my film books, like film history. Other ones are just ones I bought because I wanted to. This one's from school, so is this. But like Difficult Men, I bought that on my own. That one I bought. How to Read a Film, I think I bought on my own. This one was definitely from college. Sight, Sound, and Motion, Applied Media Aesthetics. Here we have some Batman graphic novels. The Long Halloween's one of my favorite things ever. I love that. So good. And this one's The Haunted Knight. We've got some wrestling stuff, which really isn't applicable to me anymore, but it's still here. We've got some Disney shot glasses randomly. Of course, my two favorite princesses, Ariel and Belle. Then we've got some cartoon stuff back here because I'm big into cartoons. Let me just move both of these. They're heavy. Oh my gosh. I haven't even opened a lot of these, which is sad. I've got to open them. Rocky and Bullwinkle. We've got cartoon collections, which includes Popeye and Mighty Mouse and all this other stuff. Betty Boop, Tom and Jerry, Rugrats. We've got Pink Panther. Uh-oh, it looks like I've got a Pepe Le Pew collection. This is not good. Get out of here. Alright, Jetsons, Yogi Bear, and a random old book of mine. Help, I'm trapped in the principal's body. Old. Oh, look at this. That's me with the tray that's on the wall. That's me the Christmas I got it. I've got to scan this. I'll put that aside. It looks like there's me and my grandma too. And there's Frylock that went with the other ones I showed you. Randomly I've got stuff hidden all over here, so this is cool. It's from the 90s. Actually, it's a pumpkin eraser. It might even, actually it's a bouncy ball. Another dino from when I was a kid, and these are the random cavemen that go with it. Jason necklace. I just have them hanging over. This is my mama. It's like a shrine for her. She liked butterflies a lot, so butterfly stuff and notes that she wrote me, cards that she wrote me. Some just girly stuff here. Turtle, heart bracelet, some old 90s Halloween candles. Frankenstein, Mummy, a skeleton and a witch. Okay. Down here, Halloween charades. We've got some Star Trek stuff, some random wrestling books that I don't care about anymore. Cool Jack Skellington picture frame, Halloween pencils, Super Sentai Zyranger, which is the original version of Power Rangers, like the non-American version. So I still have to watch this. I've watched only a few. Here's Ric Flair. He must have fell. Go back over here, Ric Flair. Don't know what you're doing. Okay. More DVDs. My other lamp that goes with that. An old school Crayola, but the label fell off because it was freaking ruined. A Jawa candy bowl guy down there. There he is. Twin Peaks Blu-ray. We've got Lord of the Rings. We've got another Yoshi. This one is blue with like a bracelet with hearts on it. Pumpkin sunglasses. Lots of Halloween stuff. This is from the 90s, from McDonald's. It is Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and all the liquid's gone. It's supposed to have liquid and like move around. It's a watch, and it does not work anymore, and it's all busted, but it's cool nonetheless. If you guys can see, there's dinos on the band here. Pretty cool. Also, from many years ago, Crocodile Hunter playing cards. R.I.P. Steve Irwin, I love him. God, I really loved him growing up. Ace Ventura cartoon VHS. VHS is still in there. Some gloves for Halloween costumes that are supposed to be decorative, so that's why they're out there. But randomly, my Riddler glove is not supposed to be out. It's supposed to be somewhere else. Got a Home Alone book. Got McFoley coaster underneath, but we got my Freaks and Geeks collection, my Real Ghost Risk collection, my Roseanne, my Batman the Animated Series collection, Dawson's Creek binge watching guide. We've got some wrestling stuff I should give away. We've got an old NSYNC book right there, that's thin right there. Inside Pee-wee's Playhouse, one of my favorite nonfiction books, all about the behind the scenes making information of Pee-wee's Playhouse. Masters of Animation, Harry Potter, like that book too. Dream Come True, Art of Classic Fairy Tales from the Walt Disney Company, horror movies, Batman the Killing Joke, which I've also read. There's the Lost Encyclopedia there. There's some Bill Murray and 90s coloring books. And there's another Harry Potter book, Page to Screen. So that's some of my other books. Alright, quickly, we're almost done. I know this is like the longest tour ever. So let's just take a look one more time at everything and how it looks all together. I'm taking that with me. By the way, Uno Flash, a great game. It goes for a lot of money on eBay. And randomly, I've got to find a place for this. Had this for a couple of years. It's an actual Blade Blaster. Jason the Red Ranger. Pretty cool. Collectible. Alright, one last look. Greatest room ever.